The clay figures sat eerily still, their blank eyes staring into the void. It was a quaint little studio where the walls were lined with shelves holding miniature worlds. Yet something felt off. The air was thick, almost tangible, and the silence clung to the space like a shroud. The first scream was heard, a chilling, blood-curdling sound that seemed to echo from nowhere. This was no ordinary claymation project. The creators, unaware of the breach between their crafted reality and the realm of the unknown, continued to mold their figures. Each frame captured seemed to hide an unseen movement, a flicker in the corner of the eye that was there and then gone. A psychological horror thrives on the unknown, on the fears that lurk in the darkest corners of the mind. It is a genre that delves deep into the human psyche, exploring the anxieties and insecurities that we often try to suppress. Unlike typical horror, which relies on physical monsters or overt violence, psychological horror delves into the depths of human consciousness. It taps into the primal fears that reside within us all, fears that are often intangible and difficult to articulate. This genre is not about what you see, but what you don't see. It's about the unseen forces that manipulate our thoughts and emotions, creating a sense of dread that is both pervasive and inescapable. Psychological horror preys on the viewer's mind, using subtlety and suggestion to evoke terror. It is the fear of the unknown, the anxiety of what might be lurking just out of sight, that makes this genre so effective. In the world of our claymation horror, this genre finds a perfect medium. The malleable nature of clay allows for endless possibilities, each figure capable of morphing into whatever the mind can conjure. The simple act of moving a figure one frame at a time becomes an exercise in tension, as each subtle change holds the potential for terror. The viewer is invited to project their own fears onto the characters, creating a personalized nightmare that is uniquely compelling. The suspense in psychological horror is crafted through careful pacing and atmospheric tension. Every movement, every shadow, every sound is meticulously designed to keep the viewer on edge. The beauty of claymation lies in its ability to create a world that is both familiar and alien. The figures, though simple, can convey a wide range of emotions and scenarios, making them perfect vessels for psychological horror. As the story unfolds frame by frame, the viewer becomes more and more immersed in the unsettling world of the clay figures. The slow, deliberate movements add to the sense of unease, making every moment feel like a potential threat. Psychological horror in claymation is a unique experience, one that combines the tactile, hands-on nature of the medium with the cerebral, mind-bending elements of the genre. It is a perfect marriage of form and content, creating a viewing experience that is both deeply unsettling and profoundly engaging. The viewer is invited to project their own fears onto the characters, creating a personalized nightmare that is uniquely compelling. The suspense in psychological horror is crafted through careful pacing and atmospheric tension. The slow, deliberate movements of the clay figures add to the sense of unease, making every moment feel like a potential threat. The beauty of claymation lies in its ability to create a world that is both familiar and alien. The figures, though simple, can convey a wide range of emotions and scenarios, making them perfect vessels for psychological horror. The suspense in psychological horror is crafted through careful pacing and atmospheric tension. The human psyche is a labyrinth, full of hidden corridors and secret chambers. In psychological horror, this balance is disrupted, leading to a descent into madness. The genre explores the inner workings of the mind, peeling back the layers to reveal the darkness within. As the clay figures come to life, they become manifestations of the creator's subconscious. Each twist and turn of the narrative mirrors the inner turmoil of their minds, drawing them deeper into a psychological nightmare. The boundaries between reality and imagination blur, leaving them trapped in a world where nothing is as it seems. The process of creation becomes a metaphor for self-discovery. Each frame they capture is a reflection of their mental state, a snapshot of their internal struggles. Schizophrenia is a complex mental disorder, characterized by a breakdown in the relationship between thought, emotion, and behavior. It affects how a person thinks, feels, and acts, often leading to a distorted perception of reality. This disorder can manifest in various ways, making it a deeply personal and unique experience for each individual. In the context of psychological horror, schizophrenia provides a chilling lens through which to explore the fragility of the human mind. The disorder's symptoms, such as hallucinations and delusions, blur the lines between what is real and what is imagined, creating an unsettling atmosphere that is perfect for horror storytelling. In our claymation narrative, schizophrenia becomes a central theme, as the creators grapple with their own fractured realities. The medium of claymation, with its ability to morph and change, mirrors the instability and fluidity of the schizophrenic mind, making it an ideal choice for this story. The clay figures serve as projections of their divided minds, each one representing a different aspect of their psyche. These figures are not just characters in a story, they are embodiments of the creator's internal struggles, each one telling a part of their complex mental journey. As their work progresses, the boundaries between their internal and external worlds begin to dissolve, leading to a terrifying descent into chaos. The once clear distinction between reality and imagination becomes increasingly blurred, making it difficult to discern what is real and what is a product of their minds. The very act of creation becomes a battle for control, as they struggle to maintain their grip on reality. Each sculpted figure, each scene, is a testament to their fight against the encroaching darkness of their own minds. The symptoms of schizophrenia, hallucinations, delusions, and disorganized thinking create a fertile ground for psychological horror. These symptoms not only affect the individuals suffering from the disorder, but also those around them, adding layers of tension and fear to the narrative. The creators find themselves trapped in a world where their senses cannot be trusted, where every shadow holds the potential for terror. Their journey through this dark landscape is a harrowing exploration of the mind's depths, revealing the true horror that lies within. Section 5. The role of claymation in horror. Claymation, with its tactile and malleable nature, offers a unique canvas for horror. Unlike traditional animation, claymation allows for a level of detail and realism that can be both captivating and unsettling. In the realm of psychological horror, claymation becomes a powerful tool for exploring the themes of fear and madness. The process of claymation is meticulous, requiring careful manipulation of figures, one frame at a time. This painstaking attention to detail creates an atmosphere of tension and unease, as every movement holds the potential for horror. The tactile nature of claymation lends itself well to the themes of psychological horror. The figures, with their imperfect surfaces and visible fingerprints, become symbols of the creator's mental states. Section 6. Building suspense through imagery. Imagery plays a crucial role in building suspense in psychological horror. In our claymation narrative, imagery becomes a powerful tool for immersing viewers in the world of the creators. Each frame is carefully crafted to convey a sense of impending doom, drawing the audience deeper into the psychological abyss. The shadows cast by the clay figures become symbols of the unknown, lurking at the edges of the frame. The dimly lit studio, with its cluttered shelves and scattered tools, becomes a maze of fear and uncertainty. The figures themselves, with their frozen expressions and lifeless eyes, evoke a sense of unease, as if they are watching and waiting. The pacing of the narrative is key to building suspense. Section 7. The intersection of reality and delusion. The intersection of reality and delusion is a central theme in psychological horror. In our claymation narrative, this theme is explored through the experiences of the creators, who find themselves trapped in a nightmare of their own making. As the clay figures take on a life of their own, the creators are forced to confront the possibility that their minds are betraying them. The clay figures, once mere objects, become projections of the creator's fears and insecurities. Each movement, each change in expression, becomes a reflection of their mental state. The line between reality and delusion blurs, as the creators struggle to distinguish between what is real and what is imagined. It is a journey into the unknown, where the only certainty is that they must confront the darkness within. Section 8. Unanswered questions and open endings. Unanswered questions and open endings are hallmarks of psychological horror. They create a sense of lingering unease, leaving viewers to ponder the mysteries left unresolved. In our claymation narrative, the story concludes with more questions than answers, leaving the audience to grapple with the implications of what they have witnessed. The creators, trapped in their own minds, are left to confront the darkness that lurks within, with no clear resolution in sight. The clay figures, now seemingly sentient, stand as silent witnesses to the horror that has unfolded. Their expressions remain unreadable, their eyes unblinking in the dim light of the studio. The creators, their minds fractured and fragile, are left to question their own perceptions of reality. Section 9. Engaging the audience. Engaging the audience is a crucial aspect of psychological horror. It's not just about scaring them, it's about drawing them into the story, making them feel a part of the narrative. In our Claymation narrative, this engagement is achieved through the use of immersive imagery, open-ended questions, and a focus on the psychological aspects of horror. The surreal imagery serves to unsettle the viewer, making them question what is real and what is imagined. The audience is invited to explore their own fears and anxieties, to confront the mysteries of the mind. By placing characters in dark, eerie environments, we tap into the primal fears that reside within all of us. The open-ended nature of the story encourages viewers to share their interpretations and engage in discussions about the themes and symbolism. This interaction not only deepens their connection to the narrative, but also to each other. It invites them to question their own perceptions of reality, to consider the possibility that their minds may not be as reliable as they believe. This element of doubt is a powerful tool in psychological horror, as it keeps the audience on edge. This engagement creates a sense of community, as viewers come together to explore the mysteries of the narrative. They bond over shared experiences and interpretations, creating a collective journey through the story. The use of immersive imagery draws viewers into the world of the creators, inviting them to experience the horror firsthand. The detailed settings and eerie landscapes make the world feel tangible, heightening the sense of dread and anticipation. By incorporating elements like distorted reflections and unsettling visuals, we challenge the audience's sense of normalcy, pushing them to engage more deeply with the narrative. This deeper engagement ensures that the horror lingers long after the story ends.